oil money. Talk
Let's
to
go.
me. And we are live. How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. My humblest apologies.
They
I
say
must
here
admit
United
that
got a new bid, a third bid from a third part, like a third person.
nobody wants that shit in any case because they still have to do their toilet. They still need to fix the roof that's leaking. They still have to clear out all the rats and all that cuck. Nobody cares about United in any case.
Except me. Fuckers did forget I'm here.
Anyways, people, welcome back to the channel. I am your host with the most never coast, David D. Hope you're all well. Welcome back to this unexpected show. I am joined with my brother, so allow me to introduce my first guy, the man with the biggest smile, Benny Blanco. What are you telling me, my bro? How are you doing, my G?
I'm great, bro. Missed out therapy sessions. Glad to be back. How are you, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. If I see your face, if I see your smile, everything is good. Life is good. I don't know where Beaster went to, nonetheless, but I'm sure he'll
Beast is
come
here.
back
Beast
on
is
it. But
back.
people, there's your back. The one, the only, the myth, the man, the myth, the legend, the pioneer, the big dog, the Beasteroni, Escabab, you know, Beasteroni, Escabab, you know, Beasteroni, Escabab, you know.
Beast, I can hear you. You sound like you can't hear this shit. You can't hear you. Beast,
How can you not hear me? You can hear me. He can't hear
sign
me. That's all
language.
that.
Sign language. You're not gonna do it again, brother. You're not gonna do that again.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me at least?
I can hear you perfectly.
Can you hear me perfectly? Then it's him. I'll do
I
it
can
again
hear
then.
it. No, please don't. Please don't. Anyways,
No, I want to do it again then.
football. No, man.
I want to do it again. Let me do it again. What's wrong with you?
No, wait for him. I'll just sit through that shit again.
Huh? Anyway, let's carry on. But yeah, people, you know what to do. Like, share, sub to the thing. Look at him. He's dancing already. He's dancing. We got to do it again. You got to do it again. The man, the myth, the
Fuck.
legend, the one, the only. Beasteroni. Escapap, you know. Beasteroni. Escapap, you know. Brrrrum, dun, 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 brrrrum, dun, 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 dun. What are you telling me, my brother?
If you're gonna get again, if you're gonna get these.
Nothing. Earlier when he went live, I heard nothing. I just saw Davey going like this.
I
I was like, "Good,
You must know what it is when I move.
can't help it, Aslam. I can't. It's cringe. It's cringe.
Okay, you know, I wanted to give you a song, but you didn't want
Is
it
it
in
me
any
causing
case. So that's
nothing
your
now?
own
Is it David?
indaba.
So
Leave that.
According to me, it's both of you. I don't know. My network is 100%.
I can see
Y'all
my
are
wife
fucking
was on
dodgy.
two boss. My wife was on two boss. But let
Please
it go.
don't.
Yeah, people, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. I will put the, what do they call it, the topics of discussion later on the banner. But I feel I've wasted enough time. I wasted a half an hour of your time already, and let's get straight into it. Benny Blanco, only one place to start. Antonio Conte. Conte's rent. You've been the first. I'll give you your due again. When I mentioned Conte to you, you were one of the few to say, you know what, I don't want to see this man near my club. I don't like to talk when Prem isn't here. So I'll start with you. What have you made of Conte's rent, my brother?
His rant is putting everything or the blame solely on the players and not on himself. I mean, he was ill. He was out for like 3 games. He would have won Manager of the Month in his absence. That's how his team performed in his absence. And I don't know. It might be contractual, but there's a reason for his rant. And you don't do that as a manager. You don't come out and you call out your players. I mean, we as United went through the Mourinho era, and it was never this bad. United were told that we need this, the team, the squad needs open heart surgery, if I can quote Ralph Rangnick. Conte threw his players under the bus.
But
Under the bus, bruh.
but you don't think that he's right in what he's saying though.
No, not at all. Not at all. How can you call the players selfish?
I get
How
I
can you say
get
that they're
look,
playing
look,
for
look, I,
themselves? In top 4, they are overachieving this season. He's not used to that. He wants all the money in the world so that he can buy the players that he wants, so that he can win the league. That is Conte. Conte didn't get that backing at Spurs. And now he's saying that he kept quiet and he hid this for a very long time. He's talking about the transfer market. And he's talking about the fact that he wasn't backed in the transfer market. He is a very smart man. And with him, it's all about the money. The same with Daniel Levy. So my thing is, this is my theory. Conte needs to be sacked in order to get a compensation. He's basically forced Daniel Levy to sack him with that rant. But Daniel Levy is not stupid. He wouldn't be the businessman that he is if he did stuff on impulse. He has now sent Conte back to Italy with his family, take a breather. His assistant Chiellini and Ryan Mason is taking training at the players that are left. He's gone, but he's not sacked as of yet. I mean, it's an international break. If you were going to sack a manager, this would be the perfect time to do so. Am I right? So I don't think that he's going to be sacked, because if he is, he would be sacked by now. Maybe they're taking the time to see what they can do. Maybe they're mediating and coming to some sort of agreement, a mutual agreement, where both parties can walk away mutually happy. With Daniel Levy, that's very difficult. We all know that the businessman is. People hate buying signing players from Tottenham because of how he negotiates. So Tottenham is a team that fucks managers up. Let's put it plain and simple. They've had brilliant caliber of managers that can't seem to do anything with this team. That's my 2 cents on it.
Beasteroni, give me, brother.
Yeah, like when you started it off and you said what Benni said, that he doesn't want Conte at United. Why did he say that, and why does everyone else say that? Because everyone knows Conte. What he's doing now is he's not just doing it at Spurs. That's the type of coach that he is. He stands on a white stone and he gives the blame to the players. If they at fault, he will say they're at fault. Where Ten Hag, Klopp, Pep, they will say, no, the team, we need to go back to the drawing board. We slipped up in this area. That it doesn't spot them out like that and blame the players per se, and just, it's not my fault, it's the players' fault. So I'm not surprised by the rant that they had, because what does he have? 2 years left on his contract, and they're going to have to pay him out for that 2 years if they decide to sack him.
If they sack him.
He's in Italy now, and he has no intention of coming back anytime soon during this international break. So he wants to be sacked, but that is just Conte. It doesn't surprise me. We all know that's who Conte is. He's always been that way. And it doesn't surprise me. Spurs is going to be better off without him as a club, but financially they're going to be worse off.
They are, because you can imagine what they had to pay Mourinho out.
I get it.
Yeah, bro.
I get that.
Just
Look, I get that. I hear what you guys like. For me, there is that whole accountability kind of issue and all of that. Fine, fair enough. But is any of what he's saying wrong? Is any of what Conte is saying wrong? That place stinks.
No. If even if what he's saying is the truth, you don't say it. As a manager, you don't say it. Like if Trent catches on shit and everyone guns him, Salah catches, Klopp is not going to come in and interview and point all of that shit out. But back door, he's going to point out behind the camera to the players, this is wrong, that is wrong. But you don't have to do that out in the open and blame the club. Right?
That's all. He badmouthed the Daniel Levy. I mean, what did he say? 20 years under this owner and no cups. 20 years under this owner and no cups. I mean, what the fuck? Who says that? Who says that for the brother that employs you? And just think.
It's not true. It's true.
But
yeah, but Brad, look at this fucking comment, Mia Khalifa. I wonder who looks like Mia Khalifa between the two of you, actually.
That's not me. Look here, it's always been about Conte. He won the league with Inter. They didn't pack him like he wanted in the transfer window. He left. Fuck the players that just won you the league. Fuck what you saw building. He left. Just like that. A league title winning club.
Look,
title winning team.
Look, my thing is that Benni, you guys can say they backed him, right? They didn't back him.
They didn't. They didn't.
I sometimes on the Italian Kulusevski and all them and their Bentanca And who the fuck did he sign? I don't even. Oh, he's been back. He's
So,
been back.
Intanka Kulusevski was just made permanent from the loan deals.
And
Who else?
Pasuma,
Suma, who doesn't even play.
Danjuma. Danjuma is Danjuma. Levy signing or is it the Conte signing? That was 9 January. He's not even playing.
He's not
Danjuma.
playing. He didn't play at all. Even that new signing, Pedro Poto, he's not even playing. He's signing the players, but he's not playing them. Who is it, Cole?
My thing is, there's nothing wrong in what he's saying.
Now, Coach
He's
question
not the
came up
first
before
come out
that.
and say it.
Cole also.
Where? Which one?
No, he
Yes.
said that
Say no
you
more.
know what he
Look.
said that before.
Basuma was not his signing, but Basuma's a brilliant
But
player.
believe it. Look at it like
Club
this.
wanted
Even what-
Basuma.
Hey?
Every club wanted
I
Basuma.
wanted
Every single club. Everybody wanted Basuma. He's not a shit signing. He's not a cack signing.
We played
So
2 games for Spurs.
2 starts. Spurs is not a good team.
My thing.
Quality-wise, they're not a good team, but they're not selfish. I mean, you would argue that they're having a better season than fucking Liverpool and Chelsea if you look at the log. Spurs, this bad, is still in the top 4. What does that say? You know what I mean?
Everyone else
Exactly what I was about to answer. Now answer how is Conte wrong? How is Conte different? What Conte is saying, we've heard Bram say many a time on the pod. We've heard Bram say this. What Conte said, Bram has reiterated over and over and over. It's like a broken record. So how is Conte
But it's
wrong?
not,
It
it's not
should
for
go
Conte
to
to
the
say it. Davey, it is not for Conte to say it. You're not getting that part. The professionalism, the manager. You are the head of the team. The team takes instruction from you. That's the thing. There's a level of professionalism that he just passed. And I mean, for a world elite, world class manager that Conte everybody thinks he is, you don't do unprofessional shit like that. That's my issue.
Yeah.
That's my issue.
We hear what you are saying, but we're not saying what Conte is saying it's lies or it's not true. It's just the platform that he did it on.
And that's what fuck Mourinho for
Not
that.
his place. You don't do shit like that. It's like Bradley's comment there, where he was saying about the keyboard going to work more than the keyboard and the mouse against the monitor. He's right in doing it because he's frustrated in his workplace, but you can't do that. You can't do shit like that.
Imagine, bruh. Imagine, bruh.
I don't care that. I don't care that place burns to the ground. Honestly, I really don't care. My rot in piss. I really don't care. I'm loving it.
But you
Conte
think of
came
that
in
then?
there and so I'm gonna kick the door down, say hello to my little, pass the clip out. Fuck you. Get the hell out of here. This place stinks. Long may it continue.
I think the best thing for
But anyway,
best thing. Sorry, Dave, before you go on. The best thing for Spurs is now
Not
to
too
sack
much,
Antonio
not-
Conte and rehire Poch. That's it. That is it. Done.
Pot gonna do, Benny? What is Pot gonna do?
First of all, he's going to unite that fucking dressing room that is so low on morale.
Then what?
First thing he's going to
And
do.
then what?
Then they need to back him. Then they need to back him. Then they need to back him. That's it.
They didn't
That's
back him
it.
before. How are they gonna back him now?
Well, the reason they didn't back him before is because they bought $1 billion stadium. He did wonders. He took that team without taking in the look without being backed in the transfer market. He took that team to the Champions League final, and arguably they were the better team in that final.
Look here, if you read this comment of records, then he's agreeing with me. You'll say,
Not these the
like
ties.
with no toilet paper. But if you read it in English, you say like I'm sitting here like a drone.
I read it as a wet beast. I read it as a wet beast.
Is it wet?
It must be wet.
Then I want an
As
exclamation
wet as
point.
wet beast.
Statement. And he said that if I'm wet, drone sitting here.
With no toilet paper. No relief inside. No relief.
I just want to close it off with Tottenham because the thing is, Conte, I agree with you guys. Conte must take the blame because He played a second string against Sheffield United. He wins that game. He's in the semi-final of a FA Cup. They need a trophy. So I hear what you guys are saying. But there's not wrong in what he is saying. Those players are cut. All of them. They all have loser mentality. Benny, I'm going to ask you a question now before we go into the United segment. Harry Kane or Osimhen, who do you take?
Harry Kane.
It's tough. I asked myself this, bro. I'm a Moors fan of Osimhen, but because of, guaranteed goals from Harry Kane. And I'm loving this deep number 10 role that he's playing. And you can see that Ten Hag is actually trying this with Wout. So I would say Harry Kane. I'd say Harry Kane. It's weird though because I'd love Osimhen in this team. Huh? 120. I think it's.
Harry Kane will go for.
How much does he have in his contract? Left.
Yeah, a year I think.
Nah, then he can't go for 120. Then I think 80.
Season is his last.
Then I think 80 because it's the last year of his contract. But Daniel Levy. And I think United will pay up to 120 for Harry Kane. England captain, 29. Still has arguably his best years ahead.
I'm also with Braden and I'm also with Braden and Cole in the Osimhen because look at how much you're gonna get out of it.
The average was Harry Kane time like Easter weekend. It's 5 fucking days.
It's a whole belt tournament.
Yeah, big ups, Bradley.
But look at it like us, Benny. Don't you think Kane will come in and upset the whole dynamic? Because I just feel Kane will drop in deep. He's gonna get into Bruno's way. That's my thing. Osimhen's gonna sit in that box for you, and he's proved he can score goals.
Wout is playing as a number 10 now. Wout, look, the person that persuaded me, the argument that was Thierry Henry. I was always Osimhen. But Thierry Henry put it in perspective. Guaranteed, even in this bad, weak, swag Tottenham team, this man has been scoring consistently 20 plus goals every season. And I mean, with the service that he'd get at United, is obviously better than fucking what he's getting at Spurs. So, who knows? It could be a match made in heaven. But if we're taken over by the Qataris, we could get both Kane and Osimhen. So, who fucking knows? Kane, that's the one thing. Cole has been disappointing.
Yeah,
Kane is
right into that next segment. Let's talk about your takeover. What have you thought about your takeover? We're talking about Manchester United now. A lot of nonsense going on last night about who's coming in with a bid was stable, that type of thing. What is your opinion, my brother?
So I don't know what Beaster did now because I was very much, thank you so much, the baby. I was clued up until about 6 o'clock, and when Sky Sports started, he said there was no breaking news. From what I know is there's only 2 real bids that I are taking into consideration. It is the Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe bids, Ineos. So last night and at 9 UK time, that was the deadline. Both Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos as well as Sheikh Jassim asked for extensions. That was therefore granted. I don't know what is clapping, but what I do know is that the bids that came in before on time, they are minority stake. And the biggest one out of that is from Elite Investment Management, who is a US hedge fund. So they want to basically loan United money or give United money to redevelop Old Trafford. And for that, they want a percentage of the shares. They want shares within the club. How much shares they want, I don't know. How much money they're willing to offer to redevelop Old Trafford, I don't know. But what I do know is that if the Glazers do not sanction a full-on sale of the club and they take one of these minority stake bids, Old Trafford will burn. Old Trafford will burn. And I think that even if they accept the Sir Jim Ratcliffe bid on top of Sheikh Jassim, Old Trafford will burn. We know that these Americans are real resilient. You know that as well as I do, and so do you, Beaster. But those Glazers have been taking constant abuse. And for the fees that is being touted about $5 to $6 billion. Pounds, sorry. Will they get the opportunity like this again? We all know that if they don't sell it, the stock market, the shares, United as a share, will drop. It's at its peak right now since the news broke that they are willing to sell. Since the news broke that the Qataris are interested, it shot through the roof. The consequence of not accepting none of these bids and not accepting a full buyout, I don't think they'll be able to survive that. I don't think they'll be able to survive that, to be honest. Yeah. That's what I know up until 6 o'clock today. I don't know further.
Yeah. Now what we were in backstage, man, when I was watching Sky Sports, but it was
you saw something before.
Yeah. When
Go on, Beaster.
Davy's hacking now. It's just
Yeah, go on, hacking. That's why I go.
Fine, carry on.
Yeah, there was something that came up, breaking news, but me and Benni were talking, man. When I saw the banner coming up, and then I unmuted, and I just heard him saying partnering with Qatar's bid, but I didn't hear the name that he mentioned. And then after that, they said they don't want Arab money in football in England. That was their statement.
Well, it's a bit too fucking late for that. Manchester City, Newcastle.
Yeah, but I think from what I'm getting from it is like they don't want to. Every big club in England is Qatar owned or Arab owned. That's what they leading to. Because remember, if United goes that route, Liverpool is also up for sale. If Liverpool goes that route,
yeah. And the thing is, it's down to a piece.
We're gonna be in the IPL, not the EPL.
Yeah. Please, if you don't take the Arab money, you fall behind. Football is driven by money. Football is driven by money solely.
Yeah.
So if you don't take, like, you've never heard me say Glazers out. Like, for me, United have always been backed in the transfer market. We've always made huge sums available for transfers at the detriment to the club, actually. So I've never been really Glazed out because I feel financially we have been backed. I mean, if you look at it, we spent the most of any club in periods, even more than Manchester City, which is, I would say that's backed. So if it is that we take Qatari money and we become this oil-rich, sign everyone that we can, I won't complain. If we take the Sergio Radcliffe route and we go sustainable, make money, sell, buy reasonably,
don't win trophies,
I'll be fine with that also. So at least the club would be out of debt. My thing is, this is always known, I've said this always on my podcast, it's not my fucking money. I don't care how much they pay the players. I don't care how much they sign the players for. I don't give two fucks because it's not mine, it's not yours, it's not our money. It's their money. How they want to waste, go ahead, but I'm not complaining. If you want to pay 90 million for a 20 mil player, it's not my money, it's fine. But the consequence of that is where United was 3 seasons back. And we can't go through that again. United is the best team now to take over for a Qatari because a rebuild has already started and you're not going to need like a mass exodus of players in order to be competing because not even a season into our rebuilding phase, we already have a trophy. We're in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, we're in the quarterfinals of the Europa, we're in top 4. Yes, we've had our bumps along the way, like the Stiff's name here at the bottom. But yeah, I expected this. I told you, Davey, from the word go, it's going to be ups and downs. Our downs were City, our downs were Arsenal, our downs were Liverpool. But all of those clubs that I mentioned now, that was my ups as well. That was our ups this season. And we have a trophy to show for it. So progress was made. Qataris, anyone with money would think that United would be a good proposition because they're not going to have to spend that much in order to get the club competing. It's not like PSG or Newcastle or even City that they had to take years upon markets in order to get a strong competing team, which I think United already have plus 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 signings max. It's a no-brainer for any team, any person looking to invest in sport, I think.
No more.
There's one more thing, David. Sorry, David. There's one more
I want
thing.
to say that segment for the prediction, but go ahead,
Sorry, David. Sorry,
go
there's
ahead,
one more
go ahead.
thing. So this elite investment
No,
management,
land,
no,
land. It's fine.
yeah,
Land.
this hedge fund from the US. So they loaned a Chinese businessman 300,000 pounds, 300 million pounds in order to buy AC Milan. So AC Milan was bought for 700, which means that this Chinese businessman took 400 million of his own money and only 300 of this elite investment management group. He then defaulted on that loan repayments. And the club then belonged to Elite Investment Management, which means, in essence, they bought AC Milan for 300 million. And they ended up selling it to an American investment firm for 1.2 billion. I don't want that happening to my club, bro. This is ring around, pay a little, make a profit, and then spat. It's not going to be the case with the Qataris. There's me landing.
Nah, it won't. I honestly don't think it will.
And man, he's the whole time hacking, bro. I don't know if his Wi-Fi is in his home. What the
He's
fuck?
gone now.
Yeah, it's gone. It's just me and you. What
What's
is
the next topic?
Liverpool? Liverpool was taken off the market, if I'm correct.
That was partial of what, yeah, it's still up there, but I think they leaning towards partnering. FSG is leaning towards partnering with someone else. I don't know what
And
countries
that's
this is
selling the
from, but
entire club. But before United was up for sale, I know the Qataris was linked with Liverpool. Weren't they?
yeah, yes.
It's cock mad. The next topic.
Nah, but
I'm listening.
I think we're gonna need a takeover because otherwise we're gonna have more instances like Jude. Jude wants to come to
What
Liverpool.
happened there?
He
What
can't
happened
afford
to
it.
Chuk?
That's the bottom line.
I heard you bottled the signing, but I didn't see anything happen in the time that you. We always knew that you were never going to pay 150 million for Jude Bellingham. Did we not know that?
Yeah,
Where did this
but
leaks come?
I think
Where did
Klopp
this
came to
rumor
the
come from?
realization and he let it slide by saying apparently it's something that Klopp mentioned that we can't afford signings of that caliber. So with FSG, we can sign players, but Jude's price tag, we're not going to sign, like you said, now 150 million, which he is not worth if you compare it to all the other signings. 100 years, 110 maybe, yes, I can understand, because that's the average price range that you're going to get a quality player in. And because he's English, obviously you must add a bit to it. But
Is he
still,
still 19? I
150
think
for
he's
one
19
poor
Beast.
player. I know you
But
said
he's 19. He's 19 Beast. He's already, I think, one of the best midfielders in the world.
I want a 10-year deal for 150 million. He must sign a 10-year contract for 150 million. Every 3 years,
Yeah.
he'll get the increase on his salary.
Would you
But
want?
there's
Would you
no
want
way
a
of you can
commitment?
sign a
Would you
player.
want a commitment for that long? Look at Dele Alli. Would you want a commitment for that long? Remember,
Yeah,
this man did not yet make it in the
I'd
Premier
rather
League.
take it over that.
I wouldn't pay 150 million for Jude Bellingham, even if I had Qatari money. He's not worth it.
Benny, if I pay 150 million, I take the loss. I have to go play in my reserve team in my under 21s because you can play there for 2 years. You can play in my under 23 squad for 4 years. Then you can come back to the league. I can lose him whenever I want to. It's my 150 million. But I'm not going to sign a bro for 150 and lose him after 2 years because Real
You say you
Madrid
can
is
fuck,
come
you
here
can fuck
and fuck
who you
me.
want.
Yeah. But you can't sign a bro for 150 and you lose him in 2 years' time to a bigger buyer.
I think the reason because of the strength in the market is why Liverpool put you guys up for sale. Put the club up for sale because there is no way that they can compete in the market with. Like they couldn't even compete with the Glazers, weird enough. You couldn't even do that. And now you lost Michael Scott, who was the most brilliant sporting director ever. The best. The best. I mean, look at it. There was no misses with him. All of your signings was hits. That was your recruit.
That was it.
Where is he now, though?
And it all seemed like Klopp.
Oh, guys, it looks like
because
everybody's
it
freezing.
was during Klopp's time that all that signings came in. I'm not sure. I don't think he signed somewhere yet, or they didn't disclose it. Not that I saw, but I just know he's not with us anymore.
Are you back, my
Yeah,
man?
we
I think
back,
you
we
must.
back,
Yeah.
boys.
I'm
Yeah, I
back.
see
I'm back,
Fucking.
my
something
guy. I'm
loading.
back. I changed routers. The rain is true what this guy said. The rain connection. Emphasis on the fucking rain connection. The rain is fucking me over here tonight, yo. Carry on as you were. Carry on. Carry on, Beaster. You are landing. Carry on.
We're talking about Jude Bellingham and Michael Scott.
Carry on, Beaster. Carry on.
Yeah. Now we covered the FSG, so I think our next is our top four, our relegations, and then we take it from there.
Who's bester, bro? Who's bester?
You is
Please,
that
Ahmed.
you're gonna say? I
Who, Ahmed,
expected more
who is
from you, Beast.
bester?
I think it's me.
Nah. I agree, I agree. It is. You need five, prata, man. There's the five in, yo. There's just a cacting his foot, fucking boss, huh?
But look, Beast. I still wanna stay. Oh, it's all over the place here by me. Beast.
Are
Don't
we
you
all
think
missed
that?
tonight?
No, it's all over the gap here. But anyway, Beast. I'm gonna ask you this question. Last season, you guys, or even at the beginning of the season, you guys could have signed a midfielder. Or two. You and I can both agree you needed two midfielders minimum. Right there to replace Fabinho and Henderson and whatever.
And
Because
Ox.
as an Ox, a fuck Ox, Kaita, they in the boat already. That's some morse you put out on a Thursday, yeah, by when your bun comes. But now, Beast, like you, in terms of your rebuild, a solid rebuild, I feel it's too much pressure you're putting on your Elliot, your Basetic. You needed your two midfielders. You could have got okay, Declan Rice, English tax, let's allow that. Caicedo you could have got for cheap cut price, whichever midfielder. But you chose to put all your eggs in the Bellingham basket. Now for them to come out and say, no, we
Do you
don't have
really think
enough
they
money. That's
I
that's the
don't
question
think
I'm gonna pose to Beast. Do you really think it was about that?
Davey, to be honest, I don't think that Liverpool was holding back signing on anyone else because they wanted Jude.
I also don't think so.
Klopp mentioned once if we had our Naby Keita, our Thiago, our Henderson, our Fabinho, if we had our midfield, all those names you just mentioned now, Elliot, Jones, Basetic, those would have been our backups. But the way things were going, with Keita being a doubt, with injury, and then with contract, and then with not playing, that hindered the starting 11 where we had to start Bacetic, and luckily for him, he was doing a better job than Fabinho. So he started every
Yeah,
game. But
I'm really a fan of it like that.
if we started last season with our midfield the way we ended last season, we didn't need an additional midfielder. We needed two to come from the youth, which was Bacetic, Elliot being more frequent, Jones being more frequent in there, because we've got our experience. But if you look at us now, we're losing like four midfielders at the end of the season. Now we're in panic mode, where we should have had a strong midfield planning for the end of the season so that Bacetic can still be our backup for next season. Jones, Elliott can still be our backup, but we have replacements. Milner's been off. Milner's being offered another few months or a year or 2 years. He's got the option of staying if he wants
His
to stay or not.
testimonial
What the
will come
fuck is
at
up
80.
with
His
that, bro?
testimonial will come at fucking 80. Are you just to an extend those Bruce contract? He can literally play over 40s. He can play over 40s.
We didn't sign because we were waiting on Jude. We didn't sign because we didn't really want a midfielder. Klopp said it. We've got a whole lot of midfielders. We don't need a midfielder.
Beast, I'm sorry, no. I know, I get the whole Milner thing, man. I get that. His passion, he's a big influence in the dressing room, and but brother, man, this is the Premier League. You can't. The thing, and I said this. With Klopp, his downfall is gonna be his sentiment and his loyalty towards his players because he had this brilliant team that ran their fucking legs off for 5 seasons straight. It's gonna be difficult for him to let go. can see that with Mane, you see that with Firmino. Those midfielders, Henderson and Milner and Fabinho, are past their sell by that beast. You were very adamant you did not need a midfielder this transfer window. Even in January, you didn't need a midfielder. What we told you is happening now. Your whole season would have been better with a midfielder. Your entire season would be different with a midfielder. With the addition of a midfielder. Picture a type signing in this Liverpool team now. Mind you,
even if we had Jude, I don't think our season would have been much better than what it is now. Because our issue wasn't just a midfielder.
I'll agree with that.
Like, if you want to tell me why midfielder would have made the change like Bruno did for United in January, when he came in January, and the change he brought, you think one midfielder would have did that for us? Because then
yes,
we had to get a midfielder. He wouldn't have started.
Yeah. Also with Klopp, he will fucking train a season to play. So what do you do? What do you do? Is there a massive rebuild on the cards? What the fuck do you do? Because now you want to extend Milner's contract. Where's the rebuilding in that? Sorry, Beaster, in your honest opinion, Beaster, what is it that Liverpool needs now?
Yeah.
What is it that Liverpool needs now, in your honest opinion?
I don't think it's a player. I don't think it's a player. I think it's more a holistic view of the club and the team. Because if you look at it, who's not firing? Trent and Alex and Robert was having their worst seasons when it comes to assists. You putting that down to the midfielder. Salah's having his worst season, but he's still scoring 15 goals. Do you put that down to that one midfielder? Mane leaving, do you put that down to the midfielder?
No. Beaster, no. I'm asking you. No, Beaster, you misinterpret my question. I mean, what do you think is needed at Liverpool now in terms of, do you need a rebuild? Do you need the addition of 1-2 players? Do you need 5? Do you need a mass exodus? Do you need to let go of all the players that are on freeze? That's like 3 players, I think. What is needed? What do you think you need for, first of all, the short term, the medium, and then the long term? What do you do now? That's what I meant.
That's a very good question, Beast. I'd like to hear your answer to that actually before we move on.
In your honest opinion.
Beaster, yes. Did Beaster hear that question? Yeah.
I hope so, because it was a fucking mouthful.
That's a brilliant question. I'd like to hear Beaster's answer, medium term and long term.
Did you hear that, Beaster?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Can you hear? Did you hear the question?
Before we move, there's 7 people in chat. I hope everybody's liking. I heard the question.
Yeah, I heard of what Benny's saying. Like I'm misinterpreting of what this question is, but I was getting to the part where I was not gonna. My focus wasn't mainly to go on about the midfielder, but I was mentioning all those other positions to say that our issues that we have is bigger than signing a player or 2 or releasing a player or 2. It's Klopp having to not, I wouldn't say rebuild as in doing a whole clean out and bring in new fresh legs, but the mentality of playing football and the approach is different, which I believe that he had the right mentality when the season started, or the right idea with our dimension changing. Our pressing wasn't the same. Our going forward wasn't the same. Trent and Robbo not having that much assist wasn't a fluke, but they're not going as high up as what they used to because of our midfield issue. We didn't have the high press because Nunes was playing as a 9. Then after 2-3 games, he was playing as a 10, and we played with no 9. So we went into the Bobby role, but with Nunes and not with Bobby, which is, for me, that was damage control. So I don't think he's found his formation yet or dimension of how we're going to play within. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, fuck me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, shit. It's a cock way to freeze though. You frozen there, bro. To take a photo. I hope you freeze long enough. I got you. What do you think is needed here, Davey? I think Klopp need a fucking mass exodus and get rid of all these old players. And His system is stale. I think they've been read. You on mute, bro. Davey, you on mute. Mute. You on fucking mute. Davey's on mute. You can't hear me. I
Now
can't
I'm
hear
back.
you.
Now I'm back.
Please.
Davey, you on mute?
Davey, you on mute.
Can you hear
There
me
we
now?
go. Yes. I'm trying to.
Any sign language, David?
Shoulder you in front of my face. Anyways, look, I don't know. I don't know if Beaster's gonna agree with me, but that team is a rebuild after the first time they won the league. You know what I mean? That's my humble opinion because all of those players were in their prime. And the one thing in this league is you can't stand still. That's what Pep does well. That's why Pep can rebuild a team. That's what
Yeah.
Fergie did well all over the
Yeah.
years. When the team got
Yeah.
stale, he rebuilt.
Yeah.
Klopp is now finding that look, his loyalty to some players could be his strength. It has been his strength over the years. But right now it's a weakness because there's a paar players that I would clear out in that team. Van
Mm-hmm.
Disney, I
And
would
yeah.
give Virgil Van Disney a rest, honestly. That's one. And Beaster, you've been very, very critical at the point when he was at his highest. So I'm even going to slate you for that one because you've called us out. How many years old was it? Last year, beginning of last season already, if I'm not
It was
mistaken.
COVID times, my man. It was COVID times. That was Bruce related fucking
So
Virgin Van
I won't even
That was
slate
2020.
Beaster only for that. One thing where
Away.
Beaster only was right on is the one issue that I will jump on is the Van Haldum position. When Van Haldum
Yeah.
left, Beaster was the first one that said we need to replace this energy in the midfield because that's going to expose all our players. That's where I think the whole midfield thing comes in. Your front three will click, Beast. I can guarantee you that. We've seen that against United.
It's gonna come.
The front three
Nunes is
will
gonna
click. That's
score
one of the most
and
dynamic
he's not
front
gonna
threes
stop.
I've seen.
Yeah.
That front three will click. But I feel that the regeneration in terms of that midfield, Fabinho's been stinking out the place since last season. Nothing surprises me, which is fine because he's been doing it for how many years with him. So that's my thing. But Beaster, Benny's question to you was, um, what must Liverpool do now before we jump on to our predictions and weekend review and all that stuff before the crack go off? What must Liverpool do now, short term, medium term, and long term, in your opinion?
Short term, I think would be end up in the top four. That is just get out
This
the
season,
groups,
Vista.
force whatever. Hey,
This season. Top for this season.
yes, top four this season. You're gonna have to bring your part. If the results, my thing is, if we don't get top four because of what other teams above us did, then I'm okay. But if we put in the last 10, 12 games, if we win those games, say we win 10 of the 12, and the teams above us win all their games, then I'm not going to say Liverpool was shit. But from now up until the end of the season, we tried for top four. But you can't lose to Bournemouth and lose to Leeds and lose to Everton and lose those games and say, yeah, we tried for top four. No, you didn't try. You need to win those games. And if United win, Spurs win, Newcastle win, then you can say, okay, we did all that we could. But because of United, Spurs, and Newcastle, we can't get top four. They were above us. They're still above us. So we needed them to drop points. Midterm, I think we need to get into top four so that next season we can build towards our midterm goal because we know we're good in Europe. So making top four and getting into Europe again, we can get the team to get that winning sensation back again because us against Real Madrid, I don't even want to watch that first leg ever again because we know we can play our shit in the league, but if it comes to European football, then we can knock any team out of the park, but it's been proven Real Madrid and Klopp will never mix. We will never get our revenge against Real Madrid. They've done it to us twice in Champions League finals. They did it to us again now. And it's always been Klopp. So we need top four for our midterm goal to be somehow realistic, where we can just go for the Champions League again because we're stronger than what we are in the league. I don't expect us to contend for the title next season. I expect us to contend for the title the following season, like we did when we won it the year before we won Champions League. We need that boost in order for our long-term goal to make sense. Because like United now with the Carabao Cup, everyone sees it's a small trophy. That boost that the players get now, they believe in Ten Hag. If he tells them we're playing this formation, their mindset is at work. So why shouldn't we listen to him? Why shouldn't we play this way? That is all you need
Correct.
as young players to understand that we need to follow this because it's working. We've got some where it's working. And that's how we need to do it.
He always frees on the most awkward
Am I not
positions.
back? Am I back?
I
Not
know, but
yet.
you know what? Luckily, that's me that's freezing. You know what? Like,
Am I back?
you
You're
know
back,
I
you're back, you're
freeze
back.
face. You know, freezes eyes.
Okay,
Am
you're
I
not
back?
back now. Nah, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. I get what Beast is saying, and the team is they have enough young players in that team to do a proper rebuild. I mean, they have quality in Cavallo, they have quality in Bajetic, they have quality in Elliot. Nunes is still young. Diaz is still young. Jota has a few years left in him. Konate has a lot of years left in him. So does Trent. Robbo, not that much. There's a good core of young players in that squad that is already used to the young club way of playing. And in my opinion, that Deadwood that you mentioned, they need to go. They need to go. Klopp needs to cut his fucking losses because this is the Premier League and the style that he wants to play demands a constant run. It's his teams over the years, over the past 5 years, have been the most, what's the word? I want to use a brilliant word for it. They've been blistering. They've dominated every
Energetic.
aspect of
I
energetic,
intense. Huh?
extremely intense. Extremely intense. They've dominated every single team they've come across in the past 5 years. So the system works. Klopp's style of football works. It's been proven. They just need to cut their losses on the old players to get rid of the deadwood and bring in quality. That is it. I don't think that the signing the rough diamond can last forever. You can't have that as a transfer strategy. I know Wenger did that pretty well, but the fees and the inflated market today, it's not possible because for 20 mil players you are now getting charged 60 mil. That's their price, and especially the English born. There's an automatic English tax of 40 to 50 mil. So it's not that much Liverpool, in my opinion. They have the tools in order to make a good team going forward. Should they keep Klopp? That's the other thing. Are they going to keep Klopp? Is he there forever? And it looks to me like everyone is fucking freezing. I'm alone here. Are you back? Yo, it is a full-on monologue. Solo show. I can't hear you, bro. Mute. Sure, Ahmed. If you can hear me, if you can see me, if I'm not frozen, shot, bro. Ramadan Karim. And Ramadan Karim to all the Muslims out there. All our Muslims in the comments, all our Muslims in the views. Thank you for your support. At least Kaul is here. I can see you, but I can't hear you, bro. Thank you, Kaul. I can read you still in the comments. So I know that you want Osimhen. I can see why you want Osimhen. Osimhen is young. He's good in the air. He's good with his feet. He can shoot with both feet. He can dribble. He can hold the ball up. He's everything that you want in a striker right now. And he's African. And history has shown that if you have a proper African striker in your team, you dominate the league. How much is going to cost? I don't know. But if I had a choice from Osimhen and that other bro, I will not say his name, but it starts with a K, Karachlia, I would definitely choose. That man gives me full-on George Best vibes. He gives me Ronaldo in his peak at United before he went to Real Madrid. He's that type of player. And West Kane was in finals, semi-finals. He hasn't had a proper team, I think, to push them over the edge. They were in the final against Liverpool, and maybe still watch the game together. They were by far the better team. against Liverpool, and they lost two stupid goals. Two goals that with VAR, I don't think would have stood today. So you can't, it's not all on Kane. Kane and Son had to win something with the Spurs team. I don't think that in the history they've had a dynamic duo as the Kane and Son ever. And for them to break up that partnership having not won anything is actually sad, I think. It was really a monologue. And we're still live. I'm gonna ask them. I'm gonna voice video call Devi. Rain is really fucking with the people. They can't even pick up video calls. But peace is not rain though.
Yeah, bro. Our fucking Wi-Fi. Can you hear me?
But bro, you let me have a whole monologue solo show. The fuck is up
Nine,
to
man,
that?
the
At least
fucking
one,
I don't know
man.
what time. I don't know
Look
what
at
time.
me,
The Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi
I'm
is
like-
messed up.
I'm like
Don't
not
worry.
the sweet.
Nah, man. Everything is just messed up here. Where's Beasteroni is kebab?
No idea. Me and Cole were having a chat. The people can't see what Cole is saying, but I could. So he kept me going. Well done to Cole. Big ups to
At
Cole.
least
We
you
need to
kept
have
me
you.
going. I don't know where's Beasteroni, but anyway.
You're shouting, bro. Like you fucking very loud, bro.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
I could always hear you, just very loud.
Okay, I have that voice. Anyways, let's come into the prediction mode. Top 4, because I want to talk about my title challenge as well.
Top 4 for me: City, Arsenal, United. I'm hoping Newcastle. My brain is telling me Liverpool, but like you don't want it for Spurs, I don't want it for them. I don't think it's winning the league, Davey.
Why
I honestly
not?
don't think it's winning the league. I think
Why
City. Look, it's 10 games
Why?
to go. You saw what? You saw 8 ahead. Money says now, mathematically, you saw the favorites to win the league. I just feel City have it in them.
What does that mean?
To catch up
Benny,
and to overtake you.
you guys have been asking for them to do this, whatever they've got in them for 27, 28 games. They still haven't done anything. What have they got in them?
We did though.
What have they got in them?
And you guys are just winning 4-0s, bro.
Benny,
If you win the league, Davey, here's me on camera. You guys fully deserve it. 10 games to go. You guys have, from the beginning of the season up until now, been the best team in the league.
The best team, right?
The best team in the league. And you guys fully deserve it. I just feel that City have it in them in order to overtake you and win this league still. Still in the FA Cup, still in the Champions League, and still can win the league. I really think that City can. And I think Pep wouldn't want to give this league to Arteta if he can stop it, to be honest with you. That would be a changing of the guard, I think.
Benny,
And if you guys win this league, how the fuck are we going to deal with you?
Benny, forget me. Take me out of the equation. I haven't even thought about it yet. My thing is this. Look at how we've been over the course of the season. We've had our blip, fine. But look how vulnerable they have been. Are you telling me?
Sorry, you sound very loud, but extremely loud.
Sorry, wait, let me mute it. Yeah, it's because I'm from the phone, man. Benny, are you telling me that they can't drop points to Southampton after Liverpool? That's 2. Forget us. Forget what we're gonna do. Forget what we're gonna slip. No. Think of them. They are not the Liverpool that they were the City that they were last season when they were running with Liverpool. Hence
I think they're coming to form now. I think they're coming to form now. They're reaching.
Yes,
See, with them, it's experience, David. That's what I'm saying. With them, it's experience. They know when to. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. This is the money in squeaky bum time, as Fergie so eloquently put it. They have the experience of this. Arsenal don't. These kids that you are playing, that is playing so beautifully for you, They don't have that experience. But what I can say is the pressure has not hit this team yet. Arsenal, the team, the way they are playing now, there's no pressure. It looks like fucking fun, bro.
It's a joy.
Fun. It's a joy.
You know why I say we're gonna hold them off? Benny, you know why I say we can hold them off? Because they're still in that Champions League. As long as they are in that Champions League, we're taking this title. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we are winning the league. Really, I'm gonna live here on camera. I'm going for it, Benny. I don't know. Look at that man clapping there at the bottom. Check this out, Beast. I'm going for it. I want this title. I want it so bad. You guys won't understand it. But Beasteroni, what's your opinion on it, my brother?
Right, first I was top 4.
You still want my opinion.
You're top 4. You're top 4.
I said last season. You said, my top 4.
Yeah, we start there.
I'm going for Arsenal, City, United, Newcastle. Liverpool's going to get top 4 only because United's winning the Europa League. So we're going to be 5th, but because United win the Europa League, we're going to be that spot.
Yo!
Guess who I'm
Yo! Oh, the tables have turned, bruh. You're not even a season. But you know, losing Europa, going out in Europa was the best thing to happen to Arsenal season. The best thing to happen to Arsenal season. The best.
I still wanted to win it, Benny. I still wanted to go for it.
Fuck Europa.
Arsenal and City is a given top 4 no-brainer. We know that they're going to get top 4. United, I think they're going to, because of the experience, not necessarily of the players, but the club. And like Benny said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Where they know how big of a club United is. They're the teams that can stick it out for this last 10 games, where a team like Newcastle and Spurs is going to struggle, especially with the results going against them. So United, I also think, is safe for top 4 in 3rd position. But I think spot number 5 between Spurs, the shit is going on now with Conte and Richarlison and Kane and Son and everyone there, is going to be very difficult for
And Prem.
Because that guy laughing. What must we break out in laughter, man?
So that's kakweird, if Spurs beat us, then that man is going to go back to that exact fucking moment.
Say no more. Relegation. How we looking?
Top 5, 4.
No worries. Relegation.
Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, and I hope because they sacked fucking Fred
I'm
Trigueira,
gonna go
Crystal Palace.
Forest. I'm gonna go for Forest, Southampton, and Everton.
Yo!
My madness. Why?
Yo!
I'll agree with him. Whoa.
Everton.
I replaced Forest actually with Bournemouth in your one actually
The
though.
only team at the bottom had played 28 already. Everton already played 28. So Everton is 15. If the teams below them win their games in hand, Everton is at the bottom. They are at the bottom. And they don't have easy fixtures. So I'm putting Everton in there. Southampton, they also played 28 already. They 3 points from safety. But same, they played 26. Everyone below them, above them played 26. So even if they win, the teams with games in hand, which is the West Hams and those teams, they're going to put Southampton back down there, and it's going to be very difficult for them to come out of 20th spot having played 28 games already.
Sean Dyche is Everton beast, man. Sean Dyche is Everton beast.
Yes.
Relegated.
Yes.
Oh, I get the Southampton, but Everton is now 28 games played, 26 points.
Yes. But
They're 2 ahead of safety. Now. And then they have, Forest and Leicester have both a game in hand on them. West Ham have 2. Bournemouth have a game. It's tight.
Yes.
I mean, even Palace at 12, no? They play 28 and they have 27 points, which means that they are only 3 ahead of safety.
Yes. Between 12th and 20th, there's only 4 points.
Three points, mister. Three. Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at Forest is safe now. They're 16th. But they have Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Brighton, all still on the table. And most of those games are away from home.
No, but we have to go to them though, B.
Yeah, but
And they tough there by the home ground though. Their home form is brilliant.
Yours
James,
is you and Brighton.
James, you know that there's no cut teams in this league, bruh. There's no cut teams in this league. Bournemouth can beat Liverpool straight after Liverpool beat United 7-0. There's no cut teams in this league, James. There's no cut teams.
That's why you take it one game at a time. Top 3 players of the season. Benni, I'll start with you.
Casemiro, Odegaard, and for me, I'm gonna go Lisandro Martinez.
Oh, you're giving Odegaard his flowers now all of a sudden.
You know,
And now Saka, you're not having Saka and Rashford.
No.
Benni,
Saka and Rashford, you're not having them in Haaland?
No.
Davey,
I'm still not a fan of Haaland.
I was looking for a podcast that we had last year, August, when you guys signed Odegaard, and everyone went against me saying that Odegaard was a good signing when you brought even Davey.
I was one of them. I'll hold my hands up and say I was one of them.
And I had that opinion because of his form when he was on loan. I based my opinion on that. And now the motherfucker's the captain. Huh, our tables have turned.
He's the perfect example of that age and that type of player captain to have in a team of that age. If you have a young team, you want a captain. That's why I thought it's going to work. He's going to take the lead even without the armband. He's going to take the lead. And that's why I knew he's going to be a critical signing for Arsenal. Not to be title contenders, but to be top 4.
Big ups to Arteta for that signing. Really big ups to Arteta for that signing.
So, Benni, who's your 3? Just give it to me again. Odegaard?
Odegaard, Casemiro, and Lisandro Martinez.
Okay. Yours, Benni, Beasteroni?
Saka, Odegaard, Haaland. And people, I'm hearing a lot of critics going on about Haaland. He's not that good because he's spoiled in a team that he's in. Bullshit. City has had that midfield and that assist package for 4 or 5 years. No one,
exactly.
Not Aguero, not Jesus, no one could do what Haaland is doing. So yes, City is a cheat team, if you can put it that way, because they have like luxury. But you as the striker, you still need to put that ball in the net.
You need to put that ball in the net, bro.
As he did. Jesus couldn't do it as frequently as he did. Aguero's Haaland has been there for 6 months, and he scored more hat-tricks. If you put the other people's goals, his hat-tricks, like 7 hat-tricks is more goals than some team strikers because they have 6 goals, 5 goals. He got fucking 6 hat-tricks.
Agreed.
I get that. I just don't think that he makes City better. I think City play bad to accommodate Haaland.
But
they must get used to him being.
Yeah, he's asking for my opinion now.
What do you mean?
Is player of the year. So even if your team ends 20th, you can still get player of the year because you're the best player.
I will agree with yours, Beaster, but I will take. Who's your third one? You said Haaland, Saka, and who's your third one? Odegaard.
Odegaard.
I'll take Odegaard out for Rashford again.
I get the Rashford, but I don't think he's been.
Because Rashford carried United to where they are. Without Rashford's goal, Benni, where would you be?
You can say that about any team. You can say that about any fucking player also. Without Bruno's assist, would Rashford have the goals that he has? It's just Rashford for me just didn't do it this season. The games where it mattered most. I'm talking about
Liverpool at home. What are you talking? That's 4 games I mentioned to you now.
I'm talking about our blips this season. I'm not blaming Rashford, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't put him in my top 3 players this season.
So you would rather put a player that's missing for 8 games of your season because of ill discipline in your top 3 then, Casemiro?
Yeah, it's a killer one.
He's missing for cuck, bruh. I'm sorry. I did not agree with none of that fucking red cards. None of that fucking red cards, bruh.
No.
Casemiro has been the signing of the fucking season. Nobody's gonna tell me any different.
Where would you be, Benny?
Without Casemiro, there would be no Rashford, bruh. We wouldn't play the way we play if it wasn't for Casemiro. Casemiro is everything in this United team. He's everything in this United team.
Are you telling me at one point you never said it, so let me put that straight out to everybody here. Benny didn't say that United were in a title race. Let me put that straight out. Never ever. But are you telling me that at that point where you were a couple of points away from us in City, are you telling me in that period that he missed our game and all those other games, you wouldn't have got at least 2 points more than what you have on now with Casemiro in your team?
I'm telling you now, listen here, I'm telling you now that with Casemiro in that team, we don't concede 3 against you. With Casemiro in our team against you, we don't concede 3 against you, bruh.
I'll agree with it.
That would be 2 points.
7 from us.
Yeah, that's totally different, Beaster. That is totally different. We played at a totally different time also. We played, you coming back on there's no excuse. We got beat the fuck up in that second half. First half, we was a better team. With Casemiro. The Casemiro not get the moves that kick wasn't he playing on crutches in that second half. After Fabinho chopped him.
But who scored against Arsenal, against Liverpool, against Arsenal, home and away, Liverpool, and against City this season? Rashford must get your Busby Player of the Year, bro.
I don't think so. Not for me. I think Casemiro still.
James, I don't want to kill you, my bro. It's 8 o'clock now. Flop of the season quickly. I'm going Richarlison.
Beaster?
Richarlison.
It can only be Richarlison. Who else can it be?
Maybe Anthony was there. Anthony, maybe we give him a shot.
But Anthony scored 3 goals, 3 games. Don't even try to cuck to me.
3 goals.
Richarlison.
For that money.
Not 3. I'm saying, listen right, Tiff. 3 goals, 3 games. I didn't say he only scored 3. He scored much more than fucking 3 goals. Flop of the season is Richarlison. Done. Is 7, not more than double 3. What the cuck to me, Mister?
Did Anthony play 3 games this season? Really?
Let me see my get the stats now. Let me see how much goals he has in the league.
You and I both know. I don't even need to tell you. Anthony didn't play 3 games this season. Anthony played way more. And now give me a Europa League tip. You was called in to do a job in the Premier League.
I asked him to listen to me properly the first time. I mean, I have to say it the second time. I'm saying when he came, he scored 3 goals in 3 games. Not he only played 3 games. Not he only scored 3 goals. That already shows that he's not flop of the season. He's not had the best seasons. He's his first season in the fucking league. I'm not saying he's a brilliant player. He has the potential to be. But you can't say that he's the flop of the season. I'm not going to take that, bro. I think he has
Where was this energy for Pepe? Nobody gave this energy for Pepe. 72
Pepe, you're not going to compare Anthony to Pepe. Not at all, bro. Because Pepe's cut. That's why. I won't say the same about Anthony.
Anthony. What's the problem?
Do you say Anthony's cut?
Pepe eat double figures. Pepe eat double figures.
Do you say Anthony's cut?
Yes.
Okay. We won't tell us our opinion.
Okay. So at the beginning of the season.
Remember that.
I know, it's fine. Okay, at the beginning of the season, Benny, at the beginning of the season, how much did you expect from Anthony in terms of goals and assists at the beginning when you signed him? Because remember, there was a massive...
Honest to God, I didn't have a fucking number, bro. Because I know that in this league, you can be a Moorsound in Germany, you can be a Moorsound in France, you can be a Moorsound in the Dutch league. More or less so in the Dutch league. You can look at Pepe, for example. But when you come to England, it's a different ballgame, bro. I know for a fact that Ten Hag would not have brought him to England if he didn't think that he'd be able to make it here. I can tell you that much. But I did also not expect it to be the first season. Neither did I expect United to have the season that we have now. This was not expected at all. We are overachieving. And in my eyes, I feel that Anthony's having a brilliant season for his first season in the Premier League. As a 22-year-old, guys, I don't know what you guys are expecting. But again, you're putting the emphasis on the amount of money that he came for. That is nothing to do with the player. That is negotiations that goes on where he has fuck all say over. So now you base your judgment on what he came for, which is wrong, Davey. Because if you didn't look with that fucking eyes, you would see that this man actually had a decent fucking season for his first season in the league. His first season in the toughest league in the world. 22 years old. A mercurial player. Someone that is direct. Someone that dribbles. Someone that gets kicked fucked up every single game. But he gets up and he does it on. I, for a fact, am very impressed with Anthony this season. And nobody's going to tell me otherwise. People are putting him into the flop category. Are you just? Are you serious, David?
I will put him in the club, but say no more.
Like I said, we are all entitled to our opinions. We are all entitled to our opinions. But you're basing your judgment on value. You're basing your judgment on value, and you're basing your judgment on assists and goals in a player that is 22 years old in their first season in the league. I don't know what you expected, but
I'm not going to last very long. I'm on load shedding.
Yeah, that's what the thing is. Like, give me your final thoughts, Beaster, before you go, my bro. Before you go, give me your final thoughts.
What did we?
We're doing it next week now. We're doing a collab with Guna Matters next week. So yeah, it will be much better prepared though. Hopefully.
Start for next week's game. Nice was international cut now.
No, it's not Nick, not international. Give me your final thoughts.
Hello,
Yeah.
This one, nigga.
It was good being back. Like we mentioned off air, it's been a while, so it was good to be back. But we need to have our breaks a bit shorter. We can't have breaks of months between pods because.
But it's load shedding, though. It's load shedding.
What did you call it? Escunt now. What did you say? Escunt now, B?
Escunt. Because of escunt.
But yeah, clearly the people in the comments also missed the pods the same way we missed the pods. So
yeah, big up.
Hopefully next week we can bounce back better, have it a bit longer. We can go for our normal 2 hours because I think our 1 hour pods is something of the past. We don't do that shit anymore. It's 90 minutes and up. But yeah, back. Excited for the end of the season. It's going to be a nail bite in top and bottom. And I think that this is going to be our first time in a while that we're going to get an in like this where it's top, bottom, and Champions League because it's been one-sided for the past few seasons. Where title winners out there, top four is more or less guaranteed. Relegation teams is more or less. It was only Everton last year that on the day won it. But yeah, this season I think is going to be way more open and it's going to be way more exciting for that. So I'm excited for the last 10 fixtures for the season. And yeah, it was good being back. Shout to everyone in the comments. Shout Davey.
I love you.
Yeah, see you all guys next week.
Love you, my brother. Next week, my G. I couldn't have said it any better. Benny Blanco, my brother. Talk to me, my G. Your final thoughts, my brother.
So before you MPs froze on me, like the kids animation, I could
hey, yo,
say,
big up for you for handling it though. Big ups to you for handling it though. Like
to stuff. But yeah, Ramadan Kareem to all our Muslim viewers, to all our Muslims in the comments. May this time be blessed. And may you know what you are sacrificing for. All the best going forward. I loved every second of this pod. Even though it was a mess from the start to the end. It was a pod that was made in 10 minutes, but I feel that's our most enjoyable pods. Maybe not for the viewers, but it's the ones that we enjoy the most. The next time we do pod, it will be more prepared. We know this. But yeah, thank you for everything, bro. And big ups to your article. It's a good form of recognition. It's a good form of recognition. And it's thoroughly deserved, bro. Big ups.
Thanks. Look, again, in terms of the article, I couldn't have done it without you, Beasteroni, Pascal, Prem, everybody in the comments. Everybody in the comments. I can name everybody in the comments. Because again, like I always say, I just ask the questions. You guys make the show. That's all I do. So we're a community here. We do it all in one go. So big ups to you guys. And again, like Benni said, Big ups to everyone. All the best for the month of Ramadan. We're going to have a nice pod next week. It will be much better. Hopefully, there won't be flipping rain. I think it's the rain that did this bullshit.
Salut ko, niet broer aan mij. Fuck off,
Did you see that coming out? Was it on the screen?
Away, is a broer aan mij.
But again, looks, I'm humbled and big up to the people of AFC Cape Town and for doing what they did because it put us also in a good light. Because it was a time where we haven't been putting out content because of load shedding, but we're still here. We'll be back next week.
We still here.
We'll be back next week. Going anywhere. Next week, we will have a new host. I can say that with my chest. We will have a new host.
Hey!
But yeah, love for the love, people. That's my final thought. Thank you for awesome show. Thank you for dealing with us through all of this. Gremlins, monsters.
Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
Look at me. Oh, you want to see my screen? Look. Look at me. Let's
sorry.
Anyways, but Benny Blanco, thank you, my brother. We'll chat again soon, people. In the comments, love for the love. Don't forget to slap a like, share, subscribe. It's Benny B, it's DVD, and we are out of here. Bless.
Salut.